What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you may have seen, I've been posting little meditation / affirmation type videos and would love to hear you guys' feedback on those. It's something that I'm trying out right now and really creating the best kinds of ways which I feel like can get you into a particular state. I mean, there are so many states that could be desirable that you would want to be in. And what I think of these as is kind of recipes for entering that state and then living through that state. And what brings me to today's discussion is that I am working on a state recipe that is for being the God of your reality, or being the chosen one, being the star, being the firefly, like Vadim Zeland talks about in Tufti the Priestess, where you are able to use external intention, the process of external intention, which is somewhat a little bit nebulous, I feel like, in the book. It is a nebulous concept. There's no way that it could be like not nebulous, because it is such a abstract sort of idea that we're trying to explore here. But that is what I'm trying to get to the heart of that in this meditation, and that's what brings me to today's video. So external intention, what is it? How can we use it? How can we really begin to tap into this and really utilize it? We've all used it. We all are using it all the time. You could really think of it as manifesting. When people talk about manifesting or the law of assumption, you're assuming something. You have a certain set of expectations. And even if you are resistant, or if you have a circumstance pop up that you are not enjoying, that you are not a fan of, and you don't like the supposed outcome, as soon as you start to imagine that outcome, you are now kind of using this external intention, because you are illuminating that frame in the film roll being the archive of eternity, the archive of every single possible reality, of every single lifeline, of every single potential that can exist. So what I want us to think about, let's sit here for a while, or for a bit. Imagine you understand your human imagination, right? When you think of a lemon, you think of the lemon, if you imagine it in detail, you can almost taste the lemon juice, because you have a powerful imagination. Your imagination will allow you to experience, and also that is how we everything that we create as humans is first created in the imagination. Whether we are writing something, whether we are creating a bookshelf, we are putting it together, we're making a house, we're building a building. It is all designed and conceptualized in the mind. So understand that this imagination that we have is pretty much, if we look at the book, The Kabbalion, it talks about how the all, which is the universe, basically the source, the ethereal energy from which we all come from, the all is mental. Mentalism is the first of the 7 Hermetic principles. And that means that the all is a mental creation. So this is important. So what I want us to understand here is that in the same way that we have this imagination, the source energy from which we all came from which the planets have arose, and planet Earth, who created this? We don't know. We call it God, we call it whatever. Source energy, it has created this. And imagine that the stars, that the grass, that the sun, that everything in existence, us as human beings, all the animals and plants on this planet, and the galaxies and the solar systems, they were all an imaginal act of the source creator. Okay? And we have the same power that we have as humans to imagine things and create through our imagination is the same power that this source energy is using to create. And although this is a power that's much beyond us, because the source energy has came down. See, source energy is everywhere. It is within everything. Every plant, every animal, every bird is imbued with this source energy. See, source energy wanted to, we were all connected, but source, we all came through the same thing. It wanted to have different experiences, the most diverse experiences possible. And that is why we have this separation. We have all these people, we are different. We are separated in this 3D world. But the phenomenon of telepathy, or when they take cells and they do an experiment on cells, a group of cells in one location, and then but this part of that group of cells was in another location, it has an effect on the other cells. This is because we have this connection. We have this connection to source. And you know, when people do mass meditations, there's like a wavelength that is perceived of, you know, more and more peace is created. So basically, when we imagine and we're using our creative imaginal power, it's the same power that is creating. That is what external intention is, okay? So external intention is tapping in, because we are already connected to this source. We can't direct it like to such a degree that, I mean, maybe there are people that can then levitate objects or whatever just with the power of their mind. For the majority of people, at least that I've seen, I don't see people doing that. People generally, you know, that probably, if that is possible, it probably takes an extreme amount of training and getting used and disciplining of, you know, the mind or energy fields. I don't know. That's beyond the scope of this. But what I'm saying is that is this power. This is the power of seeing it into being, of seeing it, observing things into being. So by utilizing this, see, I've got Transurfing right here, and I've got the example he gives in the book of Transurfing, which is about, if you imagine that you landed on an island where you had to face a tribe of savages, your life would depend on what you did next. One outcome is that you would become the victim, apologizing for your presence, making gifts, justifying yourself, and trying to ingratiate yourself with the natives. In this case, you would be likely to be eaten. The second possible outcome is that you would become the conqueror, showing signs of aggression, launching an attack, and trying to assert your control over the tribe. You would either be victorious or you would lose your life. The third is that you would present yourself as master and leader. If you were to reach out your hand like the powers that be, you would be obeyed. When you have no doubt in your own mind, your own thought energy is attuned to the lifelines where you are king and everyone else assumes this is how things should be. And yes, so again, that is assuming, right? But it is the true assumption. It is the true knowing that this is true, and reality reflects that. Now, in order to get to this level of knowing, it often helps if we use inner intention, if we strive towards our goals, if we make effort. And that is, you know, I would say that is a requirement, an absolute requirement to use external intention. You have to use inner intention. But at the same time, you need to be putting your attention on the goal, not on all the hows, all the what ifs, and all of the what is my bridge of incidents, how is this going to happen? You don't know. That is beyond your ability to know. That is the script. That is the source energy or whatever power that is the cause of reality. That is up to that. But by informing it, see, you are now informing this power of external intention by visualizing it, because you again are connected to this higher power which has visualized everything into being. It's all mental. All creation is mental. See, even though we can't just assume that there's a tree that just grew up or that there's fruits sprouting off the tree right away, the source energy has this power. Source energy has the power to allow things to bloom, to blossom, and we might not see it. It might not be perceptible to our human timeline, but this power, that is the power that everything is that is the ethereal, that is the substance of the universe, is this power. So anyways, when we tap into it, and in Tufti he describes the power that is behind you and around you, behind you and beyond you. And it's like you have this bubble of energy. I have a link, I'll put a link to my video about using the plate, because that goes more into detail on how to kind of use this. But you are simply facilitating indirectly by observing what is happening. You do not force, but you allow it to be. You allow it into being. Yeah, that pretty much, I think that's, if you guys have questions about this, let me know. Or if there's more detail that we would like to go into external intention, let me know. But that is, as far as being able to tap into external intention, it is the process of being kind of chill, like not being so forceful, and just perceiving and just knowing that film roll, knowing that, okay, this is how it is. Like that's the type of energy. It's like, yeah, no, yeah, that's right. That is so. And that type of carefreeness, see, reality responds well to that carefree energy. It doesn't, the inner intention, the striving, the struggling, the straining, that's not outer intention. The outer intention is the, yes, it is so, like it is done. That's what we're doing. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna drop a meditation slash state recipe. It's not really a meditation because it's like, I want you to like get into like, almost get not energized in a forceful way. Like I said, not straining, but into a zone where you're just like, bam, you're just like in the zone, focused, and you could be working out, you could just be going around about your day or whatever, and you're just like, yeah, like I am the God in my reality. I am the firefly. I have woken up from the dream of reality, because that's what this is. Another analogy that he says is lucid dreaming. When you are asleep, reality will pull you through the script without your straining, and you just effortlessly experience everything in your dream. But when you lucid dream, that is when you begin to wake up in the dream, and now you are able to compose and to choose the next frame. You will illuminate the next frame, and your reality, your dream shifts to that. It's the same thing in reality. Reality is more inert. It takes more time than a dream. In a dream, we can just transfer, we can teleport, right? We have this full power of external intention in our dreams. Here, it takes a longer time. There's a delay in the mirror, but that is the same power that we're using. Anyways, guys, thank you. I really appreciate everybody on the channel. Let me know if this helped. Drop a like, hit the subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys next time.